Travel with us to Churchill, Manitoba, the polar bear capital of the world. Polar bears are listed as vulnerable from the International Union for Conservation of Nature, but unfortunately at risk to becoming endangered if global warming is not addressed. As a national leader in conservation and species survival, the Toronto Zoo has been actively involved in collaborative research projects to help understand polar bear reproductive biology and nutrition within zoological associations and conservation institutions, one of which being Polar Bears International, or PBI. PBI has an international network of Arctic ambassador centers that help educate the public about climate change and provide leadership for carbon reduction within their communities. This past October, we were fortunate enough to be a part of PBI's International Climate Alliance program. This trip allows zoos, aquariums, and conservation organizations to get a better understanding of Arctic sea ice, polar bears' natural history, the impacts of climate change, and training alongside NOCI, the National Network for Ocean and Climate Change Interpretation. Why is this important? Sea ice is crucial to polar bears for reproduction, hunting, and migration, and without it, it dramatically lowers the polar bears' chances of survival, putting them at risk for extinction. Did you know that when we burn fossil fuels like coal, oil, and methane gas for energy, we release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere? This excess carbon dioxide builds up in the atmosphere, acting like a heat-trapping blanket, warming the air, land, and sea. As this heat-trapping blanket thickens, causing the climate to warm, the melting of Arctic sea ice poses a threat to these communities as well as the polar bears that call it home. Learning alongside biologists and researchers working in the field of polar bears not only help us evaluate polar bear diet, behavior, and reproduction for bears in our human care, but also is an important collaboration of knowledge that provides invaluable information about polar bears in the wild, that is shared internationally and is essential for the survival of this vulnerable species. This was an invaluable learning experience and a strong reminder of a positive impact we can have on climate change, and we look forward to sharing more stories about how you as a member of your community can do your part to help polar bears in the wild.